Bristol Community College, Mathematics with Dan Avedikian, Math 011, Arithmetic, Section 4.7, Problem 13. This is Section 4.7, Problem 13. It says, when Mark and Lisa bought their home, it was worth $240,000. It is now worth $288,000. What is the percent increase? So for percent increase, there is a formula, which is percent increase equals amount of increase over original amount. So the amount of the increase, the home went from $240,000 to $288,000. So at a quick glance, I can see it went up $48,000. Let's say you don't see it. Spread it all out. $288,000, the larger value minus the first value, over the original amount. So the original amount is $240,000. And that's the math we have to do. So the numbers are fairly big, but a lot of zeros in the end. The answer we're going to get will be a decimal, and then we want to convert it to a percent. So first of all, the numerator, that amount of increase will be 288,000 minus 240,000. Again, very large numbers. I actually see it without writing it out. The zeros line up nicely, every 0 minus 0, 0. 8 minus 0 is 8. 8 minus 4 is 4. 2 minus 2, they just cancel. So the amount of the increase is 48,000. So that's the numerator. And the original amount is 240,000. So that's the answer. I really just have to convert that to a percent. So right now, let's tone it down quite a bit. We can just cancel 3 zeros on the end of each. I have 48 over 240. Now, I can do that division again. If your teacher lets you use a calculator for class, you can just simply do the numerator, divide by the denominator, equals, and it'll just tell you the answer right away. If you can't, you have to divide it the old-fashioned way. And if I did that, I would try and reduce this a little bit more. They're both even. So let's cut them both in half. Half of 48 is 24. Half of 240 is 120. They're still even. So I can at least cut them in half again. And I know I could probably do better, but half of 24 is 12. Half of 120 is 60. They're still both even. I could cut them in half again. But at this point, the numbers have gotten small enough, I start to recognize the multiples. I know 12 goes into 12 once and 12 goes into 65 times. If you don't see that, just keep cutting it in half and you'll eventually get to that. But I know 12 goes into 12 once, 12 goes into 60 evenly 5 times. So it's 1/5. The fraction version is 1/5. So to make it a decimal, so if I do this division, 1 divided by 5 equals, it'll come out the same. But again, if I don't have a calculator, what I have to do is the denominator of 5 divides into the numerator of 1 how many times? Well, 1's just not big enough. So what you do, you write it as a 1.0 and pretend it's a 10. Treat it as if it's a 10. That decimal that you introduced, you just bring it straight up. So 5 goes into 10 twice. It goes in pretty nice. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 minus 10 is 0. 0 remainder goes in evenly. So the answer is 0.2 as a decimal. But for a percent increase, we want a percent. Now careful, that's not 2%. That's a common mistake. It's 20%, because remember, to convert a decimal to a percent, we want to take the decimal point where it is and pull it 2 places to the right. So the first position you pull it, you get to the other side of the 2. You have to pull it in an additional spot. You create a blank space, which you'd fill in with a 0. So 0.2 as a percent is 20%. So if this home increased from $240,000 to $288,000, that represents a 20% increase in its value.